Nicki Minaj, case. We didn't want to be too chatty patty, on this one or whatever. But I just wanted to we find it kind of ironic with Nicki Minaj, and it's really sad or whatever. It does look like she's living her best life now. You know what I mean? She's putting the videos up, grinding and all that, and that's one thing. But her boyfriend, it was a picture that went up with this new guy that she's messing with. You know what I'm saying? And people started connecting the dots. You know what I mean? And see that he had a pretty, extensive criminal history. I just want to go through some of the what was on the document real quick. It says, according to court records, Kenneth Petty, 1994 rape case obtained. This is by the blast. The 16-year-old victim explained to the cops that it was a terrifying situation in which she was allegedly abducted and violently raped by Petty. The victim told police that on September 16, 1994, in Queens, New York, she was walking down the street when Petty came up behind her and placed his hard circular object against her back and made a clicking sound. The victim believed that Petty had a handgun against her body, and he instructed her to keep walking. The two walked to an address down the street, and she claims Petty forced her upstairs into his bedroom by pushing her from behind with what she believed was a handgun, right? Mm-hmm. He says, once inside Petty's room, the victim claimed he laid his weight on top of her, pinched her side, and squeezed her neck, causing her to sustain bruises and pain. She then claimed Petty forced his penis into her vagina. She also says he tried to escape from Petty, but he brandished a knife, held it against her stomach, telling her she cannot leave. And that's pretty much it. This was he was, charged with 5 crimes: rape in the first degree, sexual abuse in the first degree, unlawful imprisonment in second degree, assault in the second degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in a 4th degree. He later pled down and was convicted of rape in the first degree and served 4 years in prison. And Petty, who was Nicki Minaj's new boyfriend, is also a registered sex offender, which he must obviously, wherever he moves, he has to give his location where people can go and type it in. I don't know if you ever knew that when you live in a location, you can actually go on the computer and see who are registered sex offenders in your area. So wherever he lives at, people can find that. Now, what make this, it might not be, people have bad past and they do, they get better. And we don't know if this is 100% true. The girl could have been lying for all we know. But what makes it crazy is like, damn, her brother, that whole situation, and people just connecting the dots like, what is going on here? Is this woman really desperate like this? Or she just, finding love? You know what I mean? So I'm saying, what do you think about these, this just coming up our way to blast all these, alleged details of how he took it?
This is the tough part of what we do for me, honestly, because we committed ourselves to doing news and we feel like we do it better than anybody and we're underrated. That being said, but we got to do shit like this. Right. And I go and this really, to me, I'm like, first off, who she gets with, I don't care. What he went to jail for is like really none of my business. But we got to hear it. We're in a day and age in 2018 where we got to hear stuff like this. So, okay, we're going to talk about it. The charge is disgusting. Whether it be in 94, 2004, 84, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. People are allowed to change. People are allowed to grow. And people are allowed a second chance. But people are also allowed to have the opinion to just go, yo, that's fucked up. When you compare it and when you look at it, when she gave support toward her brother, and we've seen the disgusting allegations for that. And then she was threatening to sue people for just saying the truth, honestly. But she was threatening to sue people for going and kind of comparing the two, slandering her name. Mm-hmm. It just goes, you got to judge her character. And it just goes, okay, do you choose to listen to her or don't you? Is it that serious that you're going to go, okay, I'm really not going to mess with her character? Because obviously her character now has to be in question if you're a devout listener and lover of Nicki Minaj. But you have morals when it comes to child pedophilia and things like that. So that's really all I got to say about Nicki Minaj in that situation. I'm not going to get involved with her wanting to love and all that shit because I don't care. I ain't hitting it. So it's none of my business.
Yeah, and it's, it's real disturbing, actually, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what if it was like your sister? I know you don't have, but I have a sister, and I found out she was with like a dude like that. I'm like, yo, you can't really mess with that dude. Right. Like, don't mess with that dude. Like, he's prone to do that again. You know what I mean? Did he get help for this? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Like, this ain't something like everyday normal. Like, you got to think about it, man. Like, the ratio of men and women out here, it's like it's plenty of women. But somebody, obviously, we know it's a psychological problem. Somebody to actually go and force it against somebody, put a gun against them. These are the details, alleged details, that came out. But he did plead out. he pled out. So that's letting most people know that, look, man, I did it. When you say you pled out, if not, you wouldn't have pled out. You'd be like, no, I didn't touch, I didn't do this. So, you know, it's crazy. Like you said, character. She has, you know, a real, it seems like bad choice of men that she picks. You know what I mean? A real bad choice.
Saying Meek Mill's a bad guy?
I'm not saying Meek Mill's a bad guy, but I mean, obviously that didn't last. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I don't know, man, but I thought that, I mean, we definitely wanted to share, because when the story first came out, I was like, okay, you know, he had a sex, maybe it was something, he touched somebody or something crazy, they went to the police, but nah, this dude actually, you know, they saying put a gun to him, held her down when she tried to get up, he was like, no. So that's crazy. Nicki Minaj is with him. You're crazier. That's all I can say about that. I'm just keeping it up.
Yeah, man. And they had his whole rap sheet on TMZ stuff we ain't gonna put on this podcast stuff. That's really none of our business what he's been in and out of jail for. But
is there more stuff like that? Or that's the only one? Okay.
I think not to my knowledge, I didn't see anything like that. A lot of just other stuff. I mean, just
regular street stuff, I guess.
Regular shit.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, you know, people do change, but I don't know. That's crazy. But yeah, man, we wanted to share that news with y'all, man. So yeah, man, you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam, man. We going in tonight on this Friday night, every Friday night at 8 p.m. on this channel right here, Hip Hop News Uncensored. Everybody in the building, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, leave your area code so we can shout out your city where you at. That'll be real dope.
Indeed, man. We're enjoying ourselves right now on the Uncensored Truth podcast, exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored at 8 p.m. Or what time we get started tonight? Probably a little earlier. 7:40 or so.
Yeah.
Talked about Ebro's situation with Kodak Black. Y'all can let us know what y'all thinking about that right now in the comment section so we can answer some of y'all questions as we go through the podcast. We love to engage with y'all. I haven't really been in this joint. I want to see what we're talking about in here. But yeah, man, I thought High 97 did themselves a real disservice in that whole situation. And didn't like how that whole thing went down, especially when you see a dude, and we were talking about this, he really seems like he's guarded with his feelings. And we picked that vibe up early. We seen that quick. And for us to see that, and we would be able to adjust to that situation and kind of understand that he was going to answer certain questions this way, we'd be able to move like a boxer. We'd be able to maneuver and, you know what I mean, delegate the fight and make sure that we finished it out, make sure we took care of business and conducted a great interview. Ebro is no stranger to that. He knows how to conduct an interview. He knows how to roll with the punches, so to speak. It was really unprofessional on his behalf to go at this dude.
What about the sexual assault victims though out there? That one, you know what I mean? Because I think, you know, just to cover all angles of this, you know, a lot of the people, you know, were saying that, like, man, like, what about the victims out there of sexual assault? Because that was supposed to be Ebro's whole premise. Like, we take sexual assault very seriously over here. What about them? So you asking? Okay, let me answer that with a question real quick. Are you saying that he's an advocate for those, the voice of those voices? That's what he made it seem like. Then why even have him on the show? To ask him about it, I guess. To see, you know. I mean, I get it. I mean, he can't talk about it. I know he can't talk about it. Right? You're right. So why even have him on the show? It's just how the media is. It's fucked up. It's fucked up how he did it, definitely. But you know, he did it. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about it, created a headline. I just hope it's not true. You know what happened? A lot of people saying that girl's lying about that situation. You know, we've seen people that have lied on celebrities, so we just don't know. Obviously, you see, like you said, it's a situation where he's pretty much pissed about. You can see it. Kodak, he really didn't want to talk about it, and just the look. It's something you can't really. The look on people's face, like you saw the look on the characters of Hot 97. You seen the look on their face, and it was just like you could know that they had like an ulterior motive. That's why it's kind of hard for me. You know what I mean? Then you go and did the flip script. You go see a Breakfast Club, or you go see where he did that interview in Florida, and it's a whole different vibe. And Charlamagne asked the question: do you think it was fair for them to ask you that? Why don't you think it was fair to ask you that? Because he would have asked. He might not have asked because of what he saw, but it's like, okay, certain things have to be asked, but you got to ask them in a way, one that's respectable. And if you honestly want an answer out of the situation, you can't ask in a way that if he answers it, it's incriminating himself. Bro, you know better than that. Or are you something different? Like a lot of people out here speculating. Are you the police? Oh, should we say it? Is Ebro the feds? Oh God, is Ebro work for the NYPD? Nah, I don't think so. You saying that because you like him? Nah, I don't think so. There probably are some bloggers who do. You know, but it's just like now, I don't know if you've seen it with some rappers in Houston, you know, who they pretty much went at us on the school or something. They did a shot a video. But the crazy part about it was like all these cats was like they either had felonies, you know, they had warrants and stuff like that. So they put the video went viral. Then the cops started looking at the video and picking cats off, and they arrested like I want to fight 15 of them. So we're in a day and age now where people, you know, don't even need cops, hip hop police. People just telling you everything now.
That's
like that. So I mean, I wouldn't say that about Ebro. They just got to catch up with the times, man. Or you know, any business could be gone. Any business. Nobody's immune from it. We never thought Toys R Us would be closing.
So let me ask you a question.